Uh, do you think that the audience for blues and rhythm and blues and all the kinds of music that came from that um, changed over the last 20 years since you have been involved in this music?
Yes, I think that today that uh, years ago you only had a very few blacks that really liked rhythm and blues and blues. Mostly whites was listening to hillbilly and sweet music, as they said a long time ago. And like today, you have a great percentage of whites today that really into blues. For a fact, whites are more into blues than blacks because blacks don't really like blues.
Why not?
I don't know. I think that I'm speaking mostly of the young black generation.
They consider it old-fashioned. They consider it old-fashioned. Like when I was growing up, my parents' radio was blues, so we're used to it. And so we think like, I think the young generation thinks like, well, that's old-fashioned. That's out. That's no more. You know?
Yeah, well, I don't think, and then what I think to the white audience, it's new. It's something that they've never heard before. Although the black generation has heard it, but the young have heard it, but they say, well, that's old folks' music. But where everything is changing today, it's like everybody like antiques, and so I think like, I think like in England, I think like England really started the blues back. Well, in reality, whites control the power as far as what the mass audience hear. Like they have the 50,000 watt, 100,000 watt radio stations and television. So like if they don't want a blues number played on the radio, television, then like they would say no. Well, where if it was their son or their daughter or something that was doing the blues numbers, like they would do it. If his son's got an ear for it, maybe there's other kids that's got an ear. Where if a black guy wanted to do it, I don't think they would. So today, after England started with R&B, I would say blues, then it got back to America, and then Americans started digging blues, So like now everybody's saying blues, man. Well, like it's been around them all their life, they just never heard it.
I see. Thank you. Tina, people say sex is very important in your show, and what's your comment on that?
Well, I think excitement is very important in our show. As I've said before, it's so strange to me how the eyes that people see our show with, they think sex only. I wondered once that if I didn't do a little skit that Ike and myself do, I've Been Loving You Too Long, from the song, from the album About a Season, I wondered if we never did that song, would it still be considered sex? And then I came to the conclusion of talking to you earlier today that maybe it's just a natural thing with our show, like it's a little bit of everything, and sex just falls in naturally.
What about the clothing? Who decides about that?
Oh, well, I used to do it. Tina do it now.
Well, it came about with the band. In the beginning, they were wearing the suits and the ties. So then things changed. And so, like, Ike never made a rule to the band, don't wear suits or this or that. Like, everybody just sort of started being mod, and sweaters and things. It was just a thing to do now, just like you change your diet. So, right?
Yeah, well, I would think it's more free. Music is more freer today than before. And I think same thing as far as dressing. You want to dress where you feel comfortable to perform.
Girls don't wear bras.
Oh, yeah, well, it took me years to get Tina out of a bra, man. No. But, the girls, like Tina and the girls, they usually dress. And everybody else just casual. Because that way you can just let your hair down. Like, if we go in Las Vegas now, we have to put on suits, man. And man, you don't know how hot it is to put on a white starched shirt, with a tie. It'd kill you,
Well, the thing about the bra, it's like, I never really, tried to, get me out of it. It was the style that came in where you couldn't wear it. Like, a bra with the see-through dresses. You wear body stocking now. This is more or less like that sort of thing.
No
like,
way.
We never planned that.
No, look.
For stage. Like, in other words, you're saying now that you planned sex for the show and we never planned it.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying like in 1966. Well, if I go back as far as 1961, there was a girl came on stage with a short dress. But she didn't have on any stockings, you know, like the stockings they wear today, you know. And so I like the idea because, like, men like legs. I mean, some men, I do. And in 1966, when we came over to London with the Rolling Stones, man, I was trying to get Tina into a minute dress, man. Woo, no way. So I went downtown in London, and I bought like $3,000 worth of minute dresses, and I brought them back and gave them to her. And so that started it. And I'm trying to think, when did she get out of a bra?
I went to Lori Lazar and bought all the see-through things. You couldn't wear, you had to wear body stockings with them. The black dress, remember?
No, but you came out of that bra before then. Yeah,
Well,
she
anyway.
came. Yeah, right. We only went to Paris in '68. Tina was going without a bra in '67. Right?
Well, okay, next question.
But anyway, she needed a bra on because
67, I was.
the other night, huh?
Oh, come on.